Hey guys, welcome to the next episode in Let's Play Football Manager with Brighton, and this is the season review for 2024-25. And yes, 3 times certainly is lucky. We have won the Premier League once again here, and it's strange because if I just show you real quick the league, so this is it here, 26 wins, 6 draws and 6 losses. The goal difference not the best in the world, obviously compared to Manchester United once again, but bear in mind their goal-scoring escapades are rather ridiculous. But if I just show you the history, though, this is what's interesting. It's gone Man United, Brighton, Man United, Brighton, Man United, Brighton for the last 5 years or so, since 2020. I mean, obviously, we've finished third a few times, well, pretty much, well, 4 times. But we've never actually, weirdly, we've never come second, though. We've never finished runner-up, and nothing Brighton ever have. That's one place we've never been, but then again, would you ever want to be second? That's the question. Yeah, it's very strange because I don't know why that keeps happening. I'm not doing it on purpose. So, no, I'm not, seriously. So, yeah, it's very, very odd indeed. And this is overall table then. So we've got Sunderland, Stoke and Huddersfield getting relegated. Peterborough just about surviving. I don't know why Peterborough keep getting promoted on these. They got promoted in FM12. I mean, I know they're decent. Maybe the game really rates Darren Ferguson. I don't know. Arsenal, so again, there's that sort of top 6, 7 sort of coming. West Ham finishing in 8th, a very respectable 8th for them. And we've got so Liverpool in 3rd, Chelsea in 4th, City and Arsenal in the Europa League spots, and I think West Brom will get that as well. But this has, and also we've got Tottenham down at 13th. I don't know why they are so poor. Who is their manager? That's Paulo Di Canio. Oh my god, and Sebastian Coates is the captain. Not quite sure on that one. And yeah, so this has been now then, without a doubt, my best season by far. And I'm going to go over a few of these, a few of the reasons why in a moment. So I've had a few players out on loan, but none going out. And I've had a few already brought in. I'll talk about Han Jae-yoon coming in the February window. We've got 2 youngsters coming in. We've got this lad from Stuttgart. This is Mohammed Hoffman. It's quite difficult to say, actually. He's obviously hasn't been playing. Bear in mind, obviously he's on holiday, or I think he's on holiday. So he's obviously, his fitness is not up yet. And we've got here, this is Lothar Witsam, who is that's a great name. It's like a Viking name, even though he's German. But enough of that. Yeah. So we've spent, obviously that all gets added up, you know, for this season, since the new season technically starts tomorrow, you know, tomorrow in game time. So, yeah, that's how we look. But let's have a look then at the fixtures then for the season. So I've already talked about the Capital One Cup. Now I was going to do the Capital One Cup live commentary, but unfortunately that did not happen. So I will instead go over the February games. Now I think we started here at the Wigan game. I can't remember. I think I did the Arsenal game. If not, then tough. I'm not going to go over it again. Gonzalez got us 2 goals then against the Wigan. This was the 2-goal winner. I'll show you these real quick. He's come in and done real well now. He almost feels like a January signing, Gonzalez, because he's just like, I didn't play him at all in the first 2 or 3 months. You know, we came in like November because the problem is, lovely take by Markovic there, lovely take. And a really good finish from Gonzalez. And the thing about Gonzalez is, I brought him in September. Obviously, you know, it's pretty much September. I think he was like a last day signing or something. I can't remember. But he came in, and his match fitness was way down. It was way down because Arsenal weren't playing him, the reserves weren't playing him, and he was just generally treated like shit there. So I thought, okay, we'll see what we can do. And I put him in the reserves. Now, obviously, there's no point in putting a player who's got no match fitness into your team and playing him as a striker because you're not going to get any goals. So I thought, okay, let's see what I can do. I'll throw him to the reserves for a bit. The problem is then, the fucking reserves don't play him. Now, having already gone back to get the proper game, the full version of FM, I realised that FMC is monstrously crippled in areas like that. Sort of, the area where it is mostly crippled and badly crippled is player interaction. And, you know, there's absolutely no interaction whatsoever. And there's even little things like players want, you know, he's not happy with his individual training. It's like, well, I can't do anything about your individual training. The game won't let me, so I don't think it will anyway. If I go to in fact, no, I won't, because it'll mess up and you'll see all the results. I'll show you that maybe at the end. But no, even if you have played FMC, trust me, you can't alter, as far as I'm aware anyway, you can't alter individual training. You can only do the team training. And, I set and I don't, it's already low enough as it is. So I don't want to, alter it anymore. So I don't know what to do in that case, and that is where FMC is ultimately crippled. And I've gone back and played, and I've started a new series, which I'm not sure if I've told you about yet. If not, I'll probably make a video if I have. Then hope you're looking forward to it. Since obviously this is going up in the future, and YouTube bloody keeps messing up my uploads, which is never good. Sorry, I'll stop rambling, and we'll get on to this one. And Gonzalez, the hero again against Nottingham Forest. I think I'll show you a few more goals since I'm not the best at showing goals since. Generally, I don't want to click on this, wait for it to load, and all this, because even if it is quite, I mean, you might notice a slight, I don't know if it is going to be quicker or not, but you might notice a slightly speedier process now as I have upgraded the computer. I have put 8 GB of RAM in it, which is very nice. I don't think you need any. If you are thinking about putting more RAM in the computer, 8 gigs enough. You don't need any more. You don't need 16. That's overkill. Waste of money, quite honestly. I was thinking about 16, but really, as I say, it is overkill. And yeah, I mean, unless you are literally going to have 20 tabs open in Google Chrome, a game open like Footy Manager, iTunes open, Photoshop open as well for some reason, yeah, then I would understand maybe 16 gigs is what you need at a push, but no, 8 gigs is plenty. It's enough for most games, or no, it's fact all games actually make that. And the funny thing was, when I was installing it, this is in the 90th minute. Look at that, bang on 90 minutes. Gonzalez once again with a very nice goal, so he's been a great find. But the funny thing was, when I was putting the RAM in, I know I keep rambling here, but forgive me, but I'll go over it whilst I'm clicking things. This is the FA Cup 5th round, 6-1 against Chelsea. I'll show you these goals. This was amazing. Guess who got a hat-trick? Brevio, the former Arsenal man. There's always a hat-trick, isn't there? And Gonzalez scoring again. He's on an amazing run. But as I was saying, with the RAM thing, actually, the Mac Mini is very easy to open. If you're wondering what computer I have a Mac Mini, a late 2012 model, and it's a very, very good computer for the price, especially, I paid if you're wondering, I paid I think it was £600, £650, I think, or something, and, I had the keyboard, monitor, mouse, speakers, etc. It comes to about £1,000. And the funny thing was, it's dead easy to change the RAM. There's a back panel that you just open, you turn, and I couldn't do that. I watch videos on it and they make it look really easy. Now I'm just pushing up against this back panel. It was really difficult to do, and eventually got it off after about 15 minutes of struggling with it. And then I watched a few videos seeing how to pop the RAM out. That was fairly easy enough. Tried to put the RAM back in. Now this is where I was having a few problems. I think I might have actually bent one of the sort of legs that hold the RAM in place, and I was struggling with it for it must have been an hour at least, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? And I eventually just sort of thought, okay, look, I might as well, if I've broken it, so I've broken it, there's £1,000, it's gone, because Apple aren't going to freaking fix that, it's like, that's damage, so I thought, sod it, I'm screwed. But then I realised, I just thought, I'll push it in a bit more, just push the RAM in a bit more, and that was the problem. I didn't push the RAM in enough. It was just so stupid. And it eventually worked, and I eventually did get it working, and I was panicking. And after a while, I was panicking because the fans were noticeably louder. Well, not noticeably. I mean, it's not. The Mac's fans have never been loud. I should just point that out. They've never, ever exactly been loud Apple fans. But they were, in comparison to what they were previously, were considerably more noticeably louder. I mean, that's still reasonably quiet. We could just hear a sort of sound, and then I realised it was coming from a monitor. So yeah, but you could still hear the fans, which was a slight concern. But I think I've got used to it now. I don't even know if that was the fans. I think it was probably just the monitor making a humming noise. Because an LED monitor, which I have, Samsung LED monitor, which I would recommend. I would definitely recommend Samsung monitors. They are by far the best monitors in my opinion. You can get one fairly cheap nowadays. I've got a 24-inch here, 120 quid on Amazon. You can't argue with that, can you? But look, oof! I thought that was going to be the Vladislav Gordon. He does score, or someone. Oh no, sorry, it was Bastone. Does score a great free kick later on. just a little bit closer in. Anyway, yeah, I'll stop rambling. That was like a little update for you in case you wanted it. It saves me making another video. If you happen to come across this video and you know, or looking for Football Manager videos, I'm not usually like this. I am a lot more interested in the game. However, I thought I'd just put a little update thing in there for you, just so it would be a bit easier, but also to fill a little bit of gap, because it's no good me playing a load of goals and going, okay, here's Brevio. Still on a run, Brevio. I mean, don't get me wrong, that is a phenomenal goal. I mean, that was. I mean, at this point, I think what's that? It was 5-1. That was game over at this point. Anyway, with this game, we'll get back to it now. We'll focus on it completely. That was astonishing, and that was worth £10 million overall. I mean, I paid £10 million for him, but that goal was just phenomenal. And there it is. You know, Wellington. I'm going to assume because he's brilliant, he's done a little back heel there, the way he played it to him. I'm allowed to. It's 2D. Anyway, we'll get back to the fixtures here. Don't know what happened there. But yeah, they actually took the lead, and I thought, well, that's our FA Cup run over and done with. But no, we did quite well. And let's move on to more. We got 2-1 against Lyon. If it wants to load it, yeah. I mean, another late show. Ferrer, actually, if you look at the times, Ferrer put us in the lead, and then literally the next, quite literally the next highlight, seconds later, they just equalised, and I was like, well, this ain't gonna end well. But look at that lovely ball from Martin. He's really done well. He's been a great find, Antonio Martin. He's only 19 and he's playing like he's 28 or something. You know, he's got tons and tons of experience. But unfortunately, he hasn't. So, you know, I am expecting him next season, that sort of honeymoon type thing, to just disappear. I'm expecting him to sort of maybe, you know, go down a little bit. You know, he's not gonna. Well, I mean, maybe I'm being a bit harsh on him there, you know, but that is generally what I find. A lot of players who, you know, unexpectedly do really well at the start of, you know, when you bring them in and do it unexpectedly well, then like the next season, it's only like a run, you know, and I mean, maybe I'll be proven wrong. I like to do that sometimes because I jinx the player there, or, you know, whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway, there's 93rd minute Keane Kenny goal. I think I may have actually put them on overload. It was, I mean, if you look, there hasn't been that many highlights. You know, look at that second half there. If you look in the blue barrier, the blue bar at the bottom here, you know, there was half time. There was one little highlight there. That was on about the 55th minute. And then that jumped all the way to about the 68th minute. And trust me, when you're on attacking, because we were attacking, because I felt we could really win that game, that is so frustrating. I'm sure you know what I mean. You know when like you're just waiting for the highlight because you know you can score. You've scored once, and you know you are going to score again because you're bound to. Because you just look so impressive in them highlights. When it goes like that and it goes really quick, it is so frustrating. And well, for the first time ever, we did win the Capital One Cup. Yes, Brighton have won the Capital One Cup, and it's another 5-0 victory over Aston Villa. Now, I did want to do this live. I did consider doing it live again, but I'm just, I'll show you the goals. It's sort of like catch-22, because at the same time, if I do it and people go, oh, you're cheating, yeah, everyone's just going to assume you're cheating then. And I know it's kind of a silly thing to say, but those people just go, oh, you're just cheating. Why would you show a cup final? You know, you've never done any live commentaries for months on this Brighton side, but you just so happen to do a live commentary on a 5-0 cup final win. I can't help the fact that we've won 5-0. You know, but that bizarre. I mean, 5-0, yeah. Look at that goal. I mean, I hardly prepared that goal, did I? I mean, look at that. I want to look at it again, rewinder, obviously, but that is just a crazy goal, and they just shot themselves in the foot. I mean, that was literally in 5 minutes, and there's Ronald Custers, 11 minutes in, and I'm thinking, it's going to be 5-0 again. We've already beaten them 5-0 this season. I think someone got a hat-trick. Was it Atale or Kenny or someone? I can't remember. Someone got a hat-trick. But a Gonzalez hat-trick, who is on fire. Absolutely on fire. And here's Wilfred Zaha. At this point, I was like, wait, play to Gonzalez. But he went the wrong way for some reason. But a lovely ball into from Ricky there. Probably should have been buried, if I'm honest. I love the drilled crosses. I'm a big fan of it. And there's Stark against his former club, I think, as well, in the cup final. Not quite sure that had counted as a breakaway, but this is in 15 minutes. I just want to point out, 15 minutes, that's 3-0. And that's why I'm thinking, yeah, it is going to be 5-0, potentially more. Stark again, you know, he's had a few chances start of the season. I haven't really given him a lot, but goalkeeper's got to do better against Gonzalez there. I mean, it was a fierce shot. Like, I mean, 10 goals this season. He's barely played. I mean, that is literally in about 3 or 4 months. He scored 10 goals there. That's not bad, considering, as I say, his match fitness was basically just none, or sorry, nil, I should say, at the start of the season when I first brought him in. And this is the fight. I mean, I think I may have even said, look, again, just no highlights until that's basically from the 60th minute to the 80th minute. And very unselfish from Ricky there, giving it to Gonzalez for a cup final hat-trick, and that could potentially be the first League Cup final hat-trick. Thankfully, Nathan Dyer didn't score. The penalty, thankfully. Thanks, Jonathan de Guzman, for that at the weekend. And then hangover slightly, I guess you could call it, as we went down 1-0 to West Ham. So another defeat there, not great, but a strange game against Peterborough. Now, I'm not going to show you these goals because this one will go on forever, because we are literally going to be looking at like a 40-50 minute video if I can show you every goal. But we, as you can see, it's back and forth. Pardo put us in front, then Didic scored for them, and then that was 3-1, and then they fought back, and I was thinking, there's no way. So I think I set everything to defensive and just shut up at the end of that, and we actually got through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League as a Brivio penalty, and Kenny gave us the victory. So that was 4-2 on aggregate. So a nice victory over Lyon there, who are, of course, former winners of the Champions League, on this anyway, not in real life, of course. Bear in mind, when I make reference to things like that, chances are it is going to be in the game. So if anything does sound a bit unbelievable, I am making reference to it in the game. Things have taken place. It is an alternate universe, bear in mind. Mikel Ferrer getting 2 then against Blackburn to give us the victory there. Very nice. And then we march on into the semi-finals of the FA Cup with a 3-1 victory over Southampton. Rubio, Brivio and Wellington with the goals. Martin again having a real good game there, as you can see, 7.5, although he did get injured. I think he might be out there. Jack Butland, who's done really, really well. Panucci and Butland are both doing very, very well indeed. Panucci probably is a little bit more consistent. It's like if I look at the last 5 game tab on his on the team tactics thing, it does show him to be, more often than not, him to have the better form. But that I can't. I'm not. How do I pick out these players? You just literally just rotate them. And Han Jae-yoon's been a revelation since coming in. He's been fantastic. He really, really has been excellent. He's just slotted in with Custers phenomenally. Is that even a word? 1-0 victory against Millwall. Ferrer again coming really, really good. He's done ever so well. Han Jae-yoon again, as you can see, 8.8 this time. So that's a good standout there at the Den. And then, the old foes. I've got to show you this. Barcelona, of course, we played them in the Champions League a few years ago in the final. They beat us. Brivio with a penalty. That put us 1-0 up inside 90 seconds. And at this point, I'm thinking we are going to win. We can take on the world and we can beat them. This young team. I mean, it's sort of weird because it's a combination of youth and experience, but it's still fairly young. I mean, if we look at, Gorez is in his late 20s. Pardo's 19 for God's sake. That's just. What can you do about that? What a finish that was from Villa there. He's a good little player. Actually, that was a great finish. I can't do anything about that. It was just superb. They've got some, it's typical Barcelona players here. They've got Mark there who's good. This Christopher Ramirez is one of the bigger players. He's one of the sort of big name. I don't know what Jeffrey Pruitt would do there. Whether Ramirez just completely, just juked them completely. I'll never know. But that's 2-1 at this point. And I was just happy if we could just get another away goal. But look at this. Got fairly lucky with Ferrer, but lovely run from him. He is, of course, I think he's a former Barca player. Well, he might be Madrid. I can't remember. He's one of the two anyway. Comes out to James Ward-Prowse, who flicks that on. And Zaha, I don't know what happened to the Barcelona defenders there, but Zaha nicked in and got us an equaliser. So that's half-time. Just approaching half-time, and it's 2-2. So we've got 2 away goals. You can't argue with that. 2 away goals at Nou Camp. Who wouldn't want that? And here goes Gareth, who's been superb. Great signing. Puts the ball in. And there's Ferrer arriving on the spot, as he always does, from that attacking midfield role. And he gets the win. The winner in the Nou Camp. So we have 3 away goals. It's far from over, of course. We are, of course, playing Barcelona. I love some of the names they've got. They're all just one name. As you've got Gerard and Fred and Mark. I just want to see. I've got friends both called Gerard and Mark. It's not his first name. It is his surname. We'll see. I believe he is related to Steven Gerrard. So Gerard, if you are watching, no, he is seriously. I've got these two friends, and I always sort of say, "Oh, I've got Mark and Gerard at the back." It's my friends, and it's quite funny. That's a little in joke there, anyway. But they've got some of the really good players on the game. This Christopher Ramirez lad is great. This Draxler, who is not a regen, of course, he is real, I believe. I'm not sure if that's the real Thiago or not, because I can't honestly tell. It is. He is 34 years old. Damn. He's done quite well, I'll be honest. So yeah, let's move on. So as it stands currently, we're in the quarterfinals of Champions League. We're into the semi-finals of the FA Cup. We've won the Capital One Cup, and as you know, we've done the league, so we've already got a double there. We've got the domestic double. What else will happen? So obviously we've got to go over the results, of course. But Ferrer again scoring. I mean, how many goals? I'm not being funny. Oh no, there you go. Doesn't matter. I was going to say, how many goals he scored? That's 3 games in a row he scored there. He got us a point against West Brom. And we have actually beaten Barcelona, believe it or not. We have beaten them. Han Jae-yoon. Yes, I'll show you this goal. I mean, there's a noticeable little glitch here. I don't know whether the patch will be out by the time this goes out, since they are fairly... Oh no, it's actually done it this time. If you have seen it, that was his first goal. If you have seen it, incidentally, it's when you click on a goal, like if you want to watch a goal, but it doesn't go to the pitch screen. It literally plays the goal or the highlight, but this info panel doesn't go. It just stays with the goal or the highlight behind it, which is incredibly annoying because there's probably most of the time a bit of lag involved as well. So what'll happen is it'll go on because with the animation in the background, you'll go over, it'll stutter for a second to highlight pitch, and then you click it, and then there's a noticeable click, and by the time by the time you clicked it, the goal's already gone in, so you've got to do it again. You've got to pause it down here, and it's a pain in the arse. So Brevia didn't have a great game there, but yeah, I will allow him. So semi-finals of the FA Cup, semi-finals of the Champions League. Surely not. We're not going to do the quad, surely. Well, we're into the final of the FA Cup. That's a 2-2 on penalties against Manchester City. So the craziness of the cup is continuing. Of course, it is a different cup now, but nevertheless, we've had some incredible cup runs. So a final of the FA Cup. Can we possibly do the domestic treble? Is that even possible? No, so it's doing it again. I think maybe it's actually realising that the game itself is actually on camera, so it doesn't want to make a show of itself. But yeah, I don't know if you've noticed that little, it's not really a bug or anything, it's a little glitch, I suppose, that probably would like to see fixed before the next patch. And that was a lovely finish from Wellington. They're very common goals. I mean, that's again inside about 150 seconds. So it was good from Wellington there. That's another one. Very common goal you saw. I think they have been patched now. You don't have a lot of players doing it anymore. Where they will literally pick the ball. I've talked about this before, where you will literally pick the ball up like here and just run at the defender's leg and just weave in and out of the place and then score I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a brilliant goal, and you like to see it, but it's like every other goal is that. And I mean, if you're going to say the wings are overpowered, or don't, because that's just my tactic. I've actually got on my other save. My alternative tactic, I'm sticking with the 4-4-2 on that one, but my alternative tactic is what I call jub wing abuse. So, and if you're going to call it cheating or whatever, please don't, because it's not cheating. The grid is cheating, because that is that is a sort of taking someone else's tactic. If the fellow who made the grid is arguably allowed to use it because he made it, it's his custom tactic. That's a really shit excuse, but whatever. I'm allowed to use my own tactics. But no, it's not cheating. It is cheers. It's not. Anyway, David Alaba, Liverpool legend on FM12, scores against me there. Good penalty. This is the penalty shootout. Wellington, very good goal penalty from him. Here's Bishop, scores for City. Brevio, best penalty I've ever had. Obviously, never going to miss. And Rodriguez puts a very, very poor penalty away there. I don't know what he was. Oh, he didn't put it away as such. He missed. But Felix Pardo hits the bar. So we're back to square one. And this rotten directly at the goalkeeper, Jack Butland. And Camarota puts his away. So there you go. And so Duda had to score. And he hits it right to Jack Butland. And we're into the FA Cup final. What a crazy penalty shootout that was. As you can say, they dominated the game. 25 shots. 25. And we only had the 4 shots on target. So half our shots. I mean, that is one thing we do. We do grind out a lot of results out. So Yeah. Cardiff holding us to another draw. Ferrer and Rubio. Them two have been phenomenal with the goals there. City, a good win over City. Marcus Stark. I mean, bear in mind, if you look at the different players there, I should point out, we've got Ritzy at the back there. Gordon playing there. Gonzalez, who's drifted away a bit. Rubio obviously playing. Obviously, I should point out, it's like, how come you can draw against Cardiff but beat City? Look at I do rotate the team. A lot of people tend to overlook that. I do rotate teams to match that what I believe the level of opposition. If I feel that I think the captain deserves a rest, I will rest him. If his condition is below 95, I think, ooh, we're playing against someone who's in the bottom half. I might give him a rest. It's a little bit risky, but if it works, it pays off very nicely. And Marcus Stark there, winner against City. So he's had another good season. He has, as I say, not had the best chances, when it comes to first team selection. But he, when he's come in, he's most of the time taking his chances. Squares it to Ferrat, but he dummied it there for Marcus Stark, who was running in and blasted in. So obviously we had a much better game against City this time. We had more shots than them. They only had the one shot on target. We restricted them a lot more being at home, and we are so good at home. So then, Arsenal. I should just point out the other semi-final featured Manchester United, and I think it was Real Madrid. So there was a guarantee to be to at least one English club in the final. Could have even had an all-English final. But we went to the Emirates and got a decent 0-0 result. Brevio not say never plays well against Arsenal. Should have given him a penalty. But once again, the back doing exceptionally well. Hanjo Yoon and Ronald Custer's doing very well. Bruma, he's getting on a little bit now. He's getting into his early to mid 30s, but he's still got it. And we stayed in North London to play Tottenham, as Wellington, Brevio and Attilay got us 3 very vital points against Tottenham. As you can see, I want to show you these goals, but once again, we are at the Perryman Stadium. Why things up these names? And believe it or not, we're into another Champions League final. So the quad is very much on. Never done it before. Are we about to do it? I don't think I've been in this. I might have been once been in this position with Liverpool. I think I got to all 4 finals once, but I lost them. But surely we're not going to do it with Brighton, of all teams. Lovely tackle there from Custers. He's like Carrick, he just pops off from nowhere and puts in a crunching tackle and sets, and just that sort of excites everyone, sort of gets everyone sort of pumped for it. And look at that for a ball from Gordon. I don't know if he meant that or not, but a lovely little chip. Whether that could have been given as a foul in real life, for Zaha challenging with Chesney there, I don't know. Maybe Chesney could have caught it, who knows. But Zaha put us in front, and then bang, there's Ronald Custers, 2-0. 10 goals at the season for him. Yes, that is 10 goals. That is ridiculous for a defender. Looking at Jolie and Lescott territory there. So, FA Cup final, Champions League final. We've won the Capital One Cup, and as you know, we've won the Premier League. Is the quad on? Well, we have to play Chelsea first in the Premier League, and I think at this point I could afford to lose. So I played a slightly weakish team. It's hardly weak. Attilay, Nowakowski, Ward-Prowse, Ferrer, Brevio, Wellington. So it wasn't weak, but I played like Dawson and I don't know. I just didn't work that one. Went to Zola Arena, as you can see there. But we bounced back very well indeed with a 7-1 victory over Sunderland, and that kind of serves in good stead then for the finals. So we had Custers and Agnew even scoring, Gonzalez and Wellington getting 2 each, and Ward-Prowse also chipping in there. And guess what? We won the FA Cup final. I should probably at least know what's coming first, but this was the FA Cup final. It was 3-0 against Arsenal again, so we had this treble against Arsenal, and it was one draw and 2 wins for Brighton. So I don't think they even scored against us in the 2 semi-finals and the final. They never even registered a goal. I'll show these now. So Ferrer, Attilay and Wellington, the heroes. So of course we have won the FA Cup before, but not in this sort of environment, of all the cups together. I know that ball was intended for Zaha Powder getting away, but he's still allowed to play the ball again, which is pretty poor. Brevio knocks it down, Attilay lays her off, and there's Ferrer to put us in the lead. That's 24 minutes in, and it was fairly cagey at that point. You can see if you look at the possession bar. Oh no, that's the same one, isn't it? It doesn't matter. But it was fairly cagey. Remember that point? They were, they did well in the first 10 minutes, but after the first 10 or 15 minutes or so, this Herstov, or I don't know, how'd you say his name? I keep forgetting how you say his name. I can actually see, where's the I? Moving too quickly. Hristov, I'm going to say. He is usually pretty good. He scored against us a few times in the league, but it just wasn't his day, or even his month, to be honest. Just, let's sing the remembrance. But yeah, there's a hard going all the way through again with a lovely run, stumbles his way through, plays a pass through, and there's Mohamed Atalay to finish off. So 35 minutes gone, and it's 2-0, and I think at this point we've already won the cup. Now it is already, our name's already there. Handjogun playing a hopeful ball, really. That was, I think that was just a clearance, to be honest. It wasn't really a ball to anyone. And I was thinking, why didn't Ferrer make the tackle? But he did eventually, and Ackerman's there. And Mikel Ferrer has a surprising amount of pace. I've never really noted him for his pace, but yeah, he does have it. And there's Wellington. Scores from a ridiculous angle to make it 3-0, and that is the FA Cup then. So there's the domestic treble. That's the FA Cup, the Capital One Cup, and the Premier League. Done. But, of course, the big prize is the quadruple of all three and the Champions League. Can we do that? Well, let's finish off the Premier League then. Wellington getting himself a hat-trick in against Nottingham Forest there. That guaranteed us the league. But what about the Champions League? Yep, I'll let you see that. Yeah, we unfortunately lost our last 2 games of the season, and that was a weak team, obviously, since I wanted to give everyone a rest, so that didn't matter at that point. I don't think it had an effect on morale. Guess who we played? Manchester United, obviously. And yeah, 2-1. Really, really good game. I was properly gutted. I just sat there on my computer just for about 10 minutes, just staring at the screen. No, I didn't really, but you know, I was properly. It was horrible. We had the lead for about 90 seconds, not even 90 seconds, or 40 seconds, before Paulau put them in front. Then it's Lenny Nangas, who's been a fucking scourge of me. I swear to God, I hate him so much. I hope Liverpool buy him in the future, because he is a real player, from what I'm told he is as well. God, he's only 31, God. But I'll show you the goals real quick. As you can see, you know, Mohamed Atalay did not have a good game. I put a bit of faith in him. I thought, you know, he's the man for the big occasion. I thought, why not? Let's do it. But unfortunately, Bruma didn't have a good game. Costas and Handjogun again, nothing really wrong with them. Ferrer, Zaha, Rubio. Probably put a little bit too much trust in Rubio. Maybe should have played James Ward-Prowse, or maybe even Gordon. But yeah, maybe I got the team selection wrong. I don't know. But you can see we dominated the game. 16 shots, 7 on target. They had 2 shots on target the whole frigging game. There was a flick on from Atalay, and Wellington put us in the lead. That was there. The quadruple was there. It was in my hands, and we had it. And then this happened. This was literally. I mean, look. If you look at the goal, we had it for a minute. It was in our hands for a minute, and then this happens. Lovely ball. And I thought we got the block away. That was it. Just quelled them for a second, but no, Paulau hit back immediately. But to lose it like that was like, okay, look, we can get back into this. Ferrer with a decent, it was on target, you know. And I thought, okay, you know, we're still pressing and we're doing okay. And when a highlight starts with you on a free kick, you know, you can only think that's only going to be a good thing. But check this from Gores. What's he doing? Oh no! Oh, that was Jamie Carragher-esque nearly, except it was in the air. Oh, I don't know what he was doing. I really don't know what he was doing there, and that cost us his quad. I've been praising Gores ever since he's come here, but that is scandalous. You just can't do that. So, yeah, there you go. Sorry, I shouldn't breathe into the mic like that. I apologise. Treble. How the fuck can you be? How can you be gutted to do a treble? I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense. Amazing. Anyway, that is how it ends. So we've won the league, we've won the FA Cup, and for the first time ever, we've won the League Cup as Brighton, of course. And we got to the Champions League final, but I don't know. But as you can see, there's that Barry Wallace again. He is I didn't even want to describe him as a monster. I mean, I can't. I don't know what. There's no adjective to describe him. If adjective, I think I've got that right, haven't I? He is ridiculous. I cannot describe how good this guy. Look, there's Harry Kane. Remember him? I brought him in, and he was shit. I mean, I sold him on for a decent profit. God, he's been around, hasn't he? Look at that. Look how many clubs he's been to. I know he's been on loan for a lot, but wow. Oh, that's fair enough. But if we look at our goals here real quick, let's show you the our top goal scorers. We've got Wellington on 23. Of course, this was across all competitions. Atterley with 16. Brevio with 14. Gonzalez coming in, chipping in with a very handy 13. Ferrer with 12. Custer's the centre-back of the captain, the one who leads from the front with a very, very nice 11 goals. I think, was it? Yeah, 11 goals. And Kenny also getting into double figures there. But assists, Ferrer with 12. Gordon, Rubio and Brevio. Ward-Prowse and Zaha all on 8. So, yeah. So close. No cigar. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. It's been very enthralling. I'll be back to do it all again. Not that we're going to win it again, probably. It's going to take a long, long time again, I think, for me to do that. I mean, I only did it once, I think, if that, with Liverpool. It's going to take a while again for me to do it with Brighton. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time on the Ferry Review. So, bye-bye.